Hey there, friends. Ash here with Gents. Hope that you're doing well. It's that time of year again. Once again, we're going to be doing a Keep 10 for Life. Yes, this time, obviously for autumn or fall, depending on where you live and what you like to call the season. It's the 2022 edition Designer Fragrances Keep 10 for Life. Let's jump into it. But before we begin, let me give you some codes. TwistedLily.com or MaxAroma.com. Use the code GENTS10, save yourself 10% off those good old websites. Or LuckyScent.com, the code is 10GENTS because they like to be different. And that will give you also 10% off your order. We will start things off with an oud fragrance, the only way to start. And we're going to start with this one, Versace's Oud Noir. This one is a very wearable oud, very approachable, easy to pull off. It's spicy, a little sweet. The woodiness is not animalic. It's very, as I said, easy to wear. Very classy fragrance. Actually, I've worn this to the office a bunch of times, always did well. Performance is pretty good. Not too overtly loud, not too aggressive, but definitely good enough to cut through the cold. Perfect for when the season starts to change and the leaves start to fall and it gets a little bit windy, a little bit cold, chilly in the morning. Oud Noir smells amazing in those situations. Also, I guess I should say a lot of these fragrances work well in winter also. That's just kind of how fragrances are interpreted a lot of times. You know, if there's a good summer fragrance, chances are people would say it's good in spring also. If there's a good winter fragrance, typically people will say it's good in fall. The only time that there's like a definite, you know, this is a winter and this is a summer fragrance is if it's a little too extreme in one direction or the other to work in more neutral weather. Up next, the one Eau de Parfum from Dolce & Gabbana. I have said, and I will say until the end of time, that the one Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum has one of the most beautiful, amazing smelling designer scent makeups ever. It is so well done. It's rich, it's sweet, it's spicy, it has a little bit of citrus in there. It's got tobacco leaf. This is just amazing. And it has been one of my most complimented fragrances ever since it came out. So of course, you know, I love that also. It never hurts when you have a fragrance that you love. And when you wear it around other people, they tell you how good you smell also. Like a nice little bonus, you know? But the one Eau de Parfum, this just absolutely a masterpiece. Gotta keep that. Let's get a little iris action in here from Narciso Rodriguez, Bleu Noir Parfum. Now, this is never going to get the accolades or the love that Dior Homme Intense has gotten, or Gentleman Eau de Parfum, or Valentino Uomo Intense. It just isn't. Narciso Rodriguez is not on that level as far as popularity with the mainstream goes, and also not really on that level with the fragrance community at large. But people that know that Narciso Rodriguez has made and continues to make some absolutely fantastic men's fragrances, and this is one of them. So if you do like those iris-based fragrances that I just mentioned, you absolutely need to check this out at some point because it is just as good or on the level of those three. It also has tonka, some woodiness, and leather in here along with a bit of musk, and that musk really ties it in with the Narciso Rodriguez for him line in general, but the iris in here is what steals the show. Up next is going to be Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This one is a hype beast. People love this. It sells out very quickly at discounters. The price on it has gone up as more and more people learn about it and more people buy it and buy backup bottles and all that stuff. It is a top-notch designer vanilla fragrance, but it's very rich and slightly smoky as well, so it has great depth to it. It's become one of, if not my go-to, if I want a very vanilla-forward designer scent that has great quality, which you probably wouldn't expect because it does come in this kind of cheesy looking bottle, you know, very plasticky. It doesn't feel premium. It's a fingerprint magnet. The atomizer is built in right here, and it's not an amazing atomizer. And of course, it's coming from Mercedes-Benz. So a lot of people who may not be familiar with Benz fragrances may look at that and just go, Why would I buy a car manufacturer fragrance? Like, what do they know about perfume? But it works. It works really well. And if you like vanilla, you got to check that out. I got to get a little love for this one. Dior Homme 2020. I'm still eating crow for all the smack that I talked about this when it came out, to the point that I think my review of this fragrance was like 20 plus minutes long of me standing on my soapbox complaining. And as time has gone on, as I've spoken about, it grew on me, and 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 it grew on me. And I had to walk it back and just say, yep, turns out I was wrong. Now, don't get that twisted. I'm not saying that this is a better fragrance than the original Dior Homme. That's not what I'm saying. I love the original Dior Homme line, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, Dior Homme Eau, all that. I love it all. It's a very fresh, but also deep and rich woody fragrance, very modern smelling woody fragrance. Copious usage of aroma chemicals in the scent, but it still does smell very high quality. And the versatility there, unmatched. It's definitely not just a fall fragrance. You can rock that just about any time you want. But during fall, if I want something not quite so heavy, I'll reach for that one. Or maybe this one, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum absolutely is not just a fall fragrance. This is an anytime you want it fragrance, even more so than Dior Homme 2020 is. Bleu de Chanel is just an almost unmatched compliment puller that you can wear in formal situations, casual situations, the office, a date, it doesn't matter. The opening with the citrus is so appealing, it immediately draws you in, and then it has this great incense note that gives it just a little lift, a little extra deepness, richness. Great scent any time of year. Now I've got some newer ones over here. Stronger With You, absolutely. Talk about that one next. My favorite in the Stronger With You line, works just as well during the winter as the fall. And this fragrance, along with some of the other ones here, is the type of fragrance I would wear after the midway point of fall. When it starts to chill out. I'm not going to wear this at the beginning of fall when it's still pretty warm. That would be more like Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum territory. But when I do think of fall fragrances, like fragrances I want to keep for fall, I'm thinking more stuff like this for when it, gets chillier outside, because when it's warmer, I'll just use what I carried over from summer, basically. So this has that gourmandness, that sweetness, that nuttiness that people love from the Stronger With You line, drenched with a little bit of booze, giving it different take on sweetness to the scent, a little twist. Performance is there. It lasts and lasts and lasts. The projection is great. It's a big time attention grabber, compliment puller. There is nothing for me to dislike about that one. And if I had to keep just one from the line, it'd be that one. Let's go a little bit blue once again with Y Le Parfum from Yves Saint Laurent. Now this is quite similar to Y Eau de Parfum. So if you already have Y Eau de Parfum and you're not a massive fan of the Y line, you can probably skip this one comfortably. But I really, really like Y Le Parfum a lot. As I said, very close to Y Eau de Parfum. The sweetness reined in a little bit, and it's slightly more mature, a little bit more sophisticated. So in fall, I would say specifically, I would choose Le Parfum over Eau de Parfum most of the time, though Eau de Parfum is also really, really good during the fall. But this is another one of those fragrances that you just kind of sock away and use when you're looking to wear something that you know is going to go over well, that everybody is going to enjoy, much in the same way that I might wear Dior Homme 2020 or Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It's that type of scent. Not in that it smells like those, just that it serves a similar purpose. Two heavy hitters are going to be wrapping this list up. The first one, Le Male Le Parfum. You guys talk about this all the time when I let you make lists, when I say, okay, you guys tell me what you think is the best fragrance for this situation or whatever. This one gets mentioned a bunch, and for good reason. It does have iris, so, I'm a big sucker for that. And actually, the next fragrance has iris too. I know. Some people out there don't like iris in any way, shape, or form. Like if they see iris, they immediately turn tail and they're like, nope, I'm out of here. No, thank you. I have the opposite reaction. I see iris and I'm like, I wonder how much is in there. I hope they put a lot. Oh yeah. Le Male Le Parfum though, this is similar to the original Le Male. It does have the backbone of that fragrance here. As with a lot of flankers that have come out over the past few years, though, it takes that idea, gives it a modern twist with the introduction of that iris being prominently added. The twist that causes to the fragrance is great. Le Male Parfum is one of the better flankers of any mainline, like major designer line over the past 5 years, I'd say. And it's one of those fragrances that will grow on you over time. The first time I smelled it, I enjoyed it. I thought, this is very solid. This is nice stuff. And then I wore it more over the days that followed, and I just found myself really getting sucked in, where you just go back to smell it again and again and again. And it becomes one of those fragrances where you realize, like this is that type of scent where if there are rumors that come out of, hey, this is going bye-bye, you immediately go online and you're like, well, I'll take 3 more bottles, thank you. I know that's a little overkill, but that's how good this is. And then the last one, Gentleman Eau de Parfum Reserve Privé. Yes, I know iris, like I said again, but I gotta get it, man. Those rich, deep, sometimes makeup-y, powdery, creamy, that can come across a number of different ways. Iris fragrances, you can't really bust those out during spring and summer all that much. Sure, there are some of them out there, some iris fragrances that are nice and fresh and clean. Absolutely wear those out in spring and summer. But ones like this, you gotta wait for it to cool down. Creamy, sweet, boozy, rich, Reserve Privé is one of the best in this line, and that's saying something because actually the whole line, really solid. The Eau de Toilette gets hated on the most, but the Eau de Toilette is a nice one if you want a more easygoing, easy to wear, versatile take on this type of scent. But anything from the Eau de Parfum on, I am there, including Gentleman Cologne for springtime. But Reserve Privé, newest one in that line. And as of right now, I think I'd take that one. But as I always say with this type of video, you catch me on a different day. Maybe I tell you, well, get rid of this one and put this one in. It really is dependent on my mood that day. I'm sure you guys can relate with that. It's kind of hard to, whittle everything down to just 10 and say, okay, these are the only ones. Everything else goes bye-bye. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. I want to thank you for hanging with me here. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later. Before we... Absolutely fantastic. Dior Homme 2020 I love so much that my wife actually bought me a present, unbeknownst to me, that showed up in the mail in a Dior box. And I was like, oh, I hope she did not buy me a fragrance that I already own. That would be kind of a waste. And I cracked open the box, and it was Dior Homme 2020 body wash and deodorant. I don't know if she was trying to send me a message there or not, but she did say that she just knows I really like Dior Homme 2020 and bought that for me. So yeah. Oh, absolutely.